Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the skies. Everything has its season, everything has its time. Show me a reason and I'll show you a rhyme. Cats spit on the windowsill, children feeling the snow. What do I
If you would, close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, release all of this past week, the days and the hours. Allow yourself to be here now as we center ourselves here in the present moment. Take in another deep breath and feel the love that you have and let it fill this room. Take another deep breath in and allow the love of everyone here to fill your soul with appreciation, joy, and harmony. Know that each person here is connected to us on a soul-to-soul level. We are so loved by all that is and all that will ever be. We expand this love in our journey to continue the loving, peaceful journey that is ours right now. We open our hearts and our minds to new concepts of opportunities to allow ourselves to be greater than we know. We offer to everyone we meet to the love and appreciation of who we are and who they are. We judge not their beliefs and know each person has their own journey. We love them all right where they are, as we are loved right where we are. I give thanks to our center as we find peace, harmony, and joy right here and right now. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Woo! Our family's here. I love the balloons, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful song by Daniel Lima.
You are sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy holy place. Sing with me. Such a holy place. You are deepest joy.
You are.
Deepest joy is all that you are. Yes. You are deepest joy. Deepest joy is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place.
I really do.
Such a holy place.
You are sacred love.
You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are.
Listen to you.
You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Trying to look at Emerson.
I hold you in my heart, yes. You are my family. You are the face of God.
Together.
You are my family. You are the face of God.
Oh, so it is so easy in this space, in this place, to remember, to remember. So I just ask that each person here just lower or close your eyes. And know with me that as I speak, I am truly speaking for each and every one. So knowing that there is just that one power, that one present, that one divine energy that is activating and animating itself in and through and as all of its creation. I know that I am one with the one. And so knowing that each and every attribute of the divine is the truth about me. Therefore it is love and peace, wholeness, gratitude, health, prosperity. It is, and so I am. And knowing that this is true for me, I know it is true for each and every person hearing my voice. Knowing that each of us in our own divine, unique way find a way to express these attributes in all that we think and all that we do and all that we are. And I claim and know that as a result of this service and this time of celebration together, that we are uplifted, that we are reminded of truth, that we feel and know that we lead with love, that we speak with love, that we act from love. And as we do so, we are automatically changing our lives and then changing the lives of everyone who has the blessing to be in our life. We are activating that divine energy of love and transmuting and transforming this world.
And so I bless this service and I bless this week, knowing that not only are we grateful, but we speak our gratitude. Knowing that what we speak and what we pay attention to magnifies and multiplies what is taking place in our lives. And it is oh so good. And so for this service that is taking place, for the music, for the message, for the volunteers, for each and every person that has any part of making this service, this center, and my life so joyful, I just say thank you. And from that place of gratitude, I release my word into that perfect action of law, knowing it is done. I let it be, and together we say, and so it is.
You and your mom, I'm telling you, comes from the heart, right? You feel it, right? Oh, more Daniel Nahmod, what do you think? I feel like I don't sing enough. I want to sing more. I'm really serious. Whoa. I'm in the right place, come on, at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be, right here. I'm in the right place, come on, at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Yes. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Yeah, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Ooh, yes. Yes. Alright. Oh, I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. Come on. I'm in the right place. I can't hear you. At the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Chorus. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Yes. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. He writes good music. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Yeah, just sing that. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Sing it. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. So my soul is welcome here. Knock it out. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. One more. My soul is welcome here. Woo! My soul is welcome right here. He's a pretty good writer. Yeah.
Oh, I don't need this. I have this. That's right. Good morning, everyone. If it's comfortable for you, if you would just say with me, God bless America and the rest of the world. And just turn to a neighbor and say good morning and welcome.
My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. Oh,
Well, Kitty will tell you about it later, but we're collecting stuffed animals for, she goes Christmas caroling every year to different rehab centers, and we collect animals for that purpose. And they're in your chair so you can give them a little love, and we can pass that on. There's no such thing as enough, you know that, right? So, Kitty will talk about that a little bit later. Who's here for the first time? What happened? Yes, you are. Hi, honey. How'd you hear about us? Oh, well, yeah. Yes, Sissy. You're our sister. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Who? Well, hi. Welcome back. Thank you for coming to visit us. Are you just visiting, or are you back for good? You're visiting? Okay, we'll take that. We'll take that. That's good. Anyone else? Hi, they point you out because they just love when new people come. How did you hear about us? Your mom.
She's my adopted daughter.
Oh. Mina has an adopted daughter.
I love her, and I know her when she was very little, and she always be with me, and I just love her very much.
Oh. Well, thanks for bringing her to the center. Who else is here for the first time? Or had the first time in a long time? Well, you know, you're always welcome here, like the song says. I'm not singing. I had to stop myself. I'm like, no, the mic is on. Oh my God. Stop. What's wrong with you? Oh, thank you, Dave and Patty, for everything. A lot going on this week, this past week, and this coming week, OMG. You know, with I wish I had the picture, but it was on Facebook, and if you haven't liked Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living on Facebook yet, and you're on Facebook, shame on you. Because even though, you know, shame is such a, I know you don't even, no, we don't believe in that. So, Stacy actually posted pictures of the full, the lady drove a Lincoln Continental, is it a Continental? Yeah, the SUV. We filled up the back with the seats down. No, the back is big. So the back seats and the front seats. She was so excited. She was just with our gifts. Yes, 40 children. 40 children. Yeah. Give yourself a hand. That's awesome. That's awesome. Our community has gone through a few changes, and just continue to be able to give at that level, warms my heart. Thank you so much. Allie at Foster Kinships also thanks you for the Thanksgiving donations and the boxes, checks, and the money. And I don't know if I have any more. It's like every time I call her, she sends someone else to pick up either a check or a box. So we've been seeing them every week, just about. Can you guys believe next week is Thanksgiving? Wow. Is it this week? Oh, this week. Yeah, don't miss it. Don't miss it because of me. Don't blame me either. And if you take a couple of an hour or two out on Wednesday of your time with your family, or bring them with you to, we're going to have a wonderful Thanksgiving Eve service. Patty and Dave will be here.
Yay!
And it's just going to be a lot of fun. Stacy has been planning for a couple weeks now. I have no idea what's going on, just so you know. And but I will be here with my pies, because we'll also be selling pies. I saw the names on the list, and I'm so excited. Some of our members' husbands is chef, and he makes wonderful pies. And the bourbon sauce that goes with it, the apple pie, is just awesome. Isn't that right, Sharon?
Yeah. I got the apples yesterday.
He did what?
He bought the apples.
Oh, he's getting ready. All right. Reverend Stacy told her classes all the time. She got from James Brown, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So he's ready. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you for being here, every single one of you. Wherever you are in your spiritual path, you're always welcome here. Just like Daniel Nahmod says, you're always welcome here. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Reverend.
Know a little bit about it. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Stacy Hilton. I'm one of the co-senior ministers along with Reverend Cheryl, and I'm happy to be here this Thanksgiving week. It is this week. We're not waiting. We will not wait till next week. We will not wait. I want to read you a little something from Brené Brown book, Dare to Lead. It's also in her book, Daring Greatly. It is not the critic who counts, not the man or woman who points out how the stronger man or woman stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man or woman who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails or she fails, at least fails while daring greatly. That's that was by Teddy Roosevelt. Brene mentions that quite often. And I use that quote because it reminds me of what courage is. It reminds me of my calling, I guess. And I think what we're all called here to do. I mean, we're not all spiritual leaders necessarily, but we all lead our own households, our own lives. And we are certainly called to do those things. And it's my opinion that if you're not going to do it with heart, then why do it? I mean, I've used a lot of intellect in a lot of things. I've had a lot of jobs in corporate America where I actually couldn't use heart, where it was frowned upon, where people made me feel small or made me feel less than, because you can't be kind to that person. You can't apologize for that wrong thing that you did. And I've actually got reprimanded for that when I was in corporate America. And so I knew early on, what happened was I sent a stock certificate to the wrong address. And so I wrote a letter of apology. Isn't that what you do? When you make an error?
Not if you're an attorney.
Well, I got reprimanded and almost written up because I apologized for doing the wrong thing. So very early on, I knew that probably wasn't the place for me. But I stayed because I made great money. I stayed because it was an important position, so I thought. I stayed because I didn't know what else to do with my life at the time. And I suffered. I learned a lot, but I suffered. And I think on some level, that's one of the, I've had 1,000 jobs, just so you know.
Me too.
But you only have one calling.
Yes. I feel like you're speaking just to me, I swear.
I am speaking just to you. Just to you. And everybody that looks like you.
We're all the same. We're all
There's just the one of us I'm speaking to.
yeah.
We just have one calling. You're called to be that beautiful girl's mother. They're called to be somebody's sister, or wife, or auntie. The guys are called to be brothers and uncles and dads and grandfathers and great-grandfathers. That's the calling. And that is a big deal. This week we did something that I thought was extraordinary. Yvonne had asked us if we would, as a center, offer up our space for Transgender Remembrance Day, which was the 20th, so it's just this past Wednesday. And on one level it saddens my heart to see what these people go through, because they don't know where the corner in the sky is. They're not treated fairly, they're not treated kindly, they're not treated with respect, they're not looked at or even spoken to quite often. Simply because of whatever has gone on. It's not anything wrong. It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. nice people, but some of them will barely even look you in the eye. If you smile at them, they kind of think like, what's wrong? If you speak to them, they kind of maybe mumble, hide behind their hands. So I was very proud in the sad moment to be able to say that this place is a place of sacred love. That this place, you're welcome, no matter what you look like, no matter what your gender is, no matter what your orientation is, no matter what, you're always welcome here. And to stand behind that as a minister is really a big deal for me. I don't have to apologize for saying, you are welcome here. Because that's what we stand for. That's what we will always stand for. And that's why this community is the community that I love. And that I lead with my full heart, to the best of my ability. To the best of my ability. So thank you, Yvonne, for that opportunity. It's a big deal. There weren't very many people because it was raining that day. But the ones that showed up, you could tell that they were just grateful that somebody sees them and acknowledges them. And don't we all want that? And don't we all deserve that? There's just one thing going on, which I say every time I get up here. And so, why can't we just get over it? What will it take? For God's sake. The other thing I wanted to mention is we went took a friend to the movies the other day. I saw Harriet. And Harriet Tubman is extraordinary. It's almost like she's a superwoman, you know. And growing up, I know a lot of people didn't get to read about that in history books, but I had parents, obviously, that are African American, and so they told me about Harriet Tubman. So she was always a superhero in my mind. The things that she did were absolutely extraordinary. But what's behind what she did is the driving force. She left Maryland and walked and swam and ran 100 miles to get to freedom in Philadelphia. She didn't know how to read, she didn't know how to write, there was no intellect necessarily involved. It was all heart to get to her freedom. Now that's extraordinary in itself. The fact that she went back because she missed her family, her husband, to make sure that he was free, she went back for love. She went back to say, hey, I know a way that we can all be free and be together. It's kind of what we do here as ministers, right? Right? We do as practitioners. We do as people sitting here, licensed practitioners or not. It's like, hey, I have a better way. And so we use our empathy as opposed to sympathy, because I'm not getting down in the gutter with you. I've been there. I'm not doing it again. I refuse to do that again. But I will help you up, and I'll give you a helping hand, and I will pray with you. And I'm going to know that you're all right until you can know that for yourself. Because somebody did that for me. Thank you, Reverend Anna. Thank you, Reverend Cynthia. Thank you, Dr. Moira. Thank you, Reverend Cheryl. Thank you, Practitioner Lauren. Thank you, all the practitioners. I have a hard job. Sometimes. It's not easy to have to come in and make sure, even when you're not feeling the greatest, you got to be here on Sunday. You got to speak. You got to be, again, you got to speak well. You got to leave the party a little early. Don't drink too much. But I have the best job and the best calling in the world as well. Because I get to enable people to see their magnificence. That is my only job. I get to be kind. I get to show love. I get to be the person that I was intended to be, without any explanation or anything other than me doing my own work, so that I'm not just taking care of somebody else. Because when I do that, then I'm falling into a hole that goes down very quickly. That's my only job. What a gift that is. What a gift. I must say I'm very proud to be one of the spiritual leaders of this center and of all the good work that we do. And some of it you all don't get to see because it's a lot of outreach stuff right now. But every Sunday I stand back there fascinated by the fact that you are all here getting the same message and you're touching somebody's lives. And if I have one small part in that, then I'm doing my job. That is what I love. And I will always continue to lead with heart, and when I can't, then I won't do it anymore. I don't know how to do it any other way. It's about the love. That's all we have to do is show the love and be the love. Even if they make fun of you, be love. Be love. In the Declaration of Principles, Dr. Ernest Holmes, and I say that just like Reverend Wanda, I love that. I've been thinking about that all week. There's never a right way to do the wrong thing. So simple. There's a lot of things in this teaching that are so simple. And Reverend Wanda read this last week in our Declaration of Principles, written by Dr. Ernest Holmes, our founder. We believe in our own soul, our own spirit, and our own destiny, for we understand that the life of all is God. That's not the right one. I'm going to read the right one now. Just kidding.
That was good, though.
It was a good one. It was a good one. My second choice. We believe the ultimate goal of life to be a complete freedom from all discord of every nature, and that this goal is sure to be attained by all. It's about freedom. That's what the teaching is. It's teaching you to make choices that you deserve. You don't have to be in the gutter. That's not why you're here. You don't have to suffer with the health condition. You don't have to be alone. You don't have to be without friends. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to not have money. That is not what you're called to do. And so if you need help with anything to get you right back on the right track, please, it would be my honor and pleasure to help you with my full heart. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Stacy. Freedom. Wow. And I'm looking at all these books and it's like, how many textbooks do we need? Just saying. I think you already introduced me, and I'm Reverend Cheryl Bell. And you know, our talk title just happens to be Leading from the Heart, and that's why both of us chose to do this together today, because we feel and we want you all to know that where we're coming from, and that we are complete and full intention to carry on the legacy of the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living is to lead with our hearts. And I don't think everyone knows that, but we're here to tell you again and again and again. The theme for the month was Spiritually Motivated Moral Leadership. Now, moral leadership is a completely different kind of leadership than just regular leadership. Leadership, to me, being in corporate America, and Stacy didn't tell you that I was the one that reprimanded her. That's okay. But anyway, being in leadership in corporate America to me just simply means management. It's not really, you're not leading. You're not really leading because, you know, I'm not trying to be followed or put on a pedestal, which, like Stacy, you know, that there are people in higher up or in the home office that thought that was odd, that you didn't want to be on a pedestal, and that we'd go to Christmas parties and they would come and they would just like, what are you doing? Because I would go and greet everybody. They're supposed to come to you. And I'm like, what? What are they supposed to do? Kiss my ring? And I said, no, I don't operate that way. I'm sorry. I don't. That does not even resonate with me. However, I never thought I was in the wrong place because I did like my job. You know, moral leadership means, and serving, what I believe serving from the heart means, is to serve. Not manage, but to serve. This is completely different than any job I have ever had. Ever. Even though it feels similar to what I was attempting to do all my career. You know, people, I was the person that you don't want at your door because you thought you were in trouble. And when I realized that, I would make it my business and my point every single morning to go to everyone's office and say good morning and ask them how they're doing. Because I don't want every time someone sees me at their door to think they're in trouble. OMG, I can't even, I did not like that feeling at all. Well, sorry, Stacey. It's too late, you're scarred. Oh, gosh. You know, if there's anything that we want to come out of this talk today, is that we are here to serve not just all of those in the seat, but humanity. You know, I had a mentor tell me this morning that I may not be ready to say this to you, but I'm knowing that I am. So I've been working on it for a few days, but you know, I know that some of you think of me, and you know you do, and it's okay. Unapproachable, I've heard too busy, which is my favorite. Too busy, even racist. I've heard that. And I knew there would be people that would say, no, not you. However, that is what I hear. And I've had to work with that. Because to me, it doesn't feel any different than me going to a broker's door and them thinking they're in trouble. It feels the same. Like, Cheryl, how do you change that? When you go up in front of people and you say, every Sunday, that you're welcome here, that I love you, and that I am here for you. And how do you change that when you say, maybe not every single Sunday, that come and talk to me. I am open and available. How do you change that when you create a brown bagging with the red because you want people to come and talk to you about anything because you want to serve them? How do you fix that? Well, I'm telling you, I'm here to serve you all and humanity. That's why I'm a minister. That's why Reverend Stacy is my sister. And holds me up. And everyone on the ministry prayer team holds me up. I have mentors, I have sponsors, I have prayer partners, I have, I had a prayer partner, I had to get rid of her because because as much love as she is, she wants to fix everything. She's like, give me their phone number. I'm like, no, honey, no. It was not Stacy. It was not Stacy. you know, as Stacy said, we took a friend, we went to see Harriet, and it was amazing. As Stacy said, you know, she was going to be free or die. She went back the first time, as Stacy said, for love. But every time after that was to be of service. Not that those two things are that much different. However, the love of her family, she wanted her family with her. And from what we understand from the film, and my school didn't talk about Harriet Tubman much, as yours did, Reverend Stacy, but your parents, that's right. Yeah, I didn't have that. And what did I just say? Harriet. I mean, when the film and the things I've read indicated that her entire life was about service. Even, I mean, first of all, I can't believe she lived to be 90 something, and they don't even know how 90 what, because it is still 90 something. I mean, even and she didn't, she was not a wealthy woman in funds, but she gave of her heart. She led with her heart. I mean, think about it. She led an army of men to liberate 700 people from slavery. Not to mention the folks that she did all on her own, by herself. And the movie was funny in that it depicted the guy, the gentleman who was like part of the Underground Railroad, that every time she came in with more and more people, he fell off his chair. He would fall off his chair. Like, oh my gosh. I mean, this is how she got, I think she got the name Moses because, and I guess I started being fascinated with her because of the seizures. Because, someone told me that I have a seizure disorder, which I'm really attempting to debunk. Because really, do I have a seizure disorder if I've had 4 in 5 years, really? Come on. When we lead from the heart, we are in alignment with our own divinity. I believe. And we lead. I just want to serve humanity. I want to serve you all. I'm not too busy. I promise. I'm not too busy. However, that old leadership management part of me, I have a lot going on. Because I want the legacy of Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living to continue past the 18 years that it's been here. I'm committed to that. I'm committed to serving humanity. I'm committed to this center. I have a lot in my head on Sunday morning, and I apologize if in any way that puts you off or makes it appear, my presence appear that I am, what is that phrase they say? Unapproachable. I'm not. Especially if you wait till, after service, for goodness sake. At least. A lot goes on. We put a lot into just every Sunday. I think we do, and it comes from our heart. And we only want you to feel that and know that. And as Reverend Stacy said, take that out into the world, because the only way we're going to create a world that works for everyone is if we create a world that works for us. That means loving ourselves, trusting ourselves. I'm so proud of myself, I'm not even crying. So really just want you to know that our intention is to serve. And that is, to us, is what leading from the heart is. All those good things that we recite. I have class, people give me gifts. Principle's not bound by precedent. God is all there is. And being a leader in ministry, I have all those tools. I have the thought that, you know, God is all there is. Nothing is bound, principle is not bound by precedent. That I can solve anything because of my consciousness. So wow. Even though I know that's true for everyone on earth, they just don't know it. But to be a leader and know that, I don't know why you guys don't call every day. I have no idea.
Will now. Now I know. I know I can approach you now.
Oh, I know. You know, people call. It's been said that if you know anything about science of mind and the teaching, and we have a class coming up in January that you will get an opportunity to learn more about science of mind and teaching. But Stacy and I are called a lot of times love and law. Now Stacy comes up with an idea and I make it happen. You know, love points the way and the law makes the way possible. But the law is impersonal, and I just want you to know that I'm not impersonal. Not. But I also want you to know that I love you and I am here to serve each and every one of you. Thank you.
We love you.
Let's sing to her. In the name of love. In the name of love.
Look at those beauties.
In the name of love.
Talk about love. Do you have something to share?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Today we just talked about gratitude, and we read a book called Let There Be Light. And then we just talked about like life and how we can like use like the law of attraction. And yeah, that's it.
Also, thank you. Happy for being with our kids. I was going to say something, but I wasn't important. Come on up, Reverend Stacy, and any other ministers that are on the team, and any visiting ministers or practitioners in the audience that I didn't notice, please come up. I would like to also ask our ministry prayer team to come forward. And these are the folks that, when I text and say, Stacy and I are running a little late this morning, they pray for us, but they do it all week long. So just so you know, these are the people that, if you need prayer or just someone to talk to, please just call them. It's very important. We also have prayer boxes. You can put a prayer in the box if you don't want to talk in person. Reverend Stacy.
You all would stand and connect.
Turn her on.
So if it's comfortable for you, just close your eyes. And just breathe in all that love. And just be in that gratitude just for another minute. And after this minute, game is on. It's the holiday season. And so I just stand in deep gratitude for this community, for each and every person whose hand that I hold, that does such good work, that is of service to this community and beyond, that is light and love and joy and power and peace and love. This is how it works. And we are each models of how it works. And so let's go out into this week and work it. Let's work it. And so it is.
So it is. Awesome. Let's sing our first song.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and now it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant.
this trailer.
With God as our power, love runs all our weak. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and now it begins. Yes, with me.
Repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
I know this in my mind.
I know this in my mind.
I feel it in my body.
I feel it in my body.
And so it is.
And so it is.